Hey folks, welcome to the shop. New week, new project. This one's a little bit different though. It involves wood, it involves power tools, so I'm going to call it woodworking. You call it what you want, I don't care. We're going to build an accessibility ramp. You might call it a handicap ramp. I do not, because the people that are using this are not handicapped. It's an accessibility ramp. There's a big difference. We're going to build it out of pressure treated lumber, and so of course you know what that means. Trip to Home Depot. Home Depot sells pressure-treated lumber in 4-foot lengths. You kind of have to look for it. It's at the way back of the lumber section. But since this project is to be 4 foot by 4 foot, and my truck still isn't inspected and on the road, this turned out to be a perfect option.
Go closer to our car.
Somebody always has their seat tilted back too far.
I'll fix it.
So here's an interesting thing about pressure-treated lumber, especially if you go to the the Home Depot or the Lowe's. That stuff is wet, like physically wet. I tried to pick the driest boards I could get, and I don't know if this is going to show up on the camera. I had these sitting on my bench, I don't know, for 2 days, and I just moved them, and you can see the wetness that is in these. I mean, it's just like soaked. So if you can give it time to dry before you start working with it, that would certainly do you well in your cutting process. Okay, I'm ready to start cutting these from corner to corner at an angle. This turned out to be something that's probably should be simple, but it's not because it's me. You can cut this with a circular saw. I want this to be as accurate. I'm not even worried about accuracy. I want it to be as flat as possible. People are going to be walking up and down this thing, and I don't want it to be a roller coaster. I was going to make a simple taper jig. What I found was that I would have to have a 5-inch spread. I couldn't get it figured out. I even went and watched a New Yankee Workshop, and I couldn't get it figured out. So what I've done, I don't know, I made a jig. This is going to hit the blade right here. It's going to come out of the blade right here. It's just going to cut straight through. These are just basic Harbor Freight knockdown clamps. I don't know what they're called. And it's got a couple of backer boards over here that's going to hold this against it. This could be the sketchiest thing I've ever done in my life. Probably not. Close. But we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. I think my biggest problem is going to be getting this tight to the fence. Scary because the blade is up there. If this works, I'm going to go eat dinner. Call it a night. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, what did I just step on? I have no idea, but it sounded expensive. That actually went better than I thought it was going to. We're just going to unclip these. Okay. And actually, oh, that's going to work out even better than I thought. I might actually save on a 2x6 or two, because these are, I nailed it. Let's just say I nailed it. Yeah, definitely. Well, no, not definitely. It's a little bit off in the middle, but I like it. I'm going to go eat dinner and then cut the rest of these because I'm hungry. Okay, got them all cut. I am within a blade height of each other, and I think that's probably better than I expected it to be. I have these all matched up at the end. I don't want this sharp, you know, sliver down here. I'd like to have a little bit of meat. The last board's going to come off the side or off the end of this anyway, so that's going to be fine. I'm going to measure out an about to where I want it, and I think I'm going to say 46. I think 46 will be good. That's 2 inches shy of the 4 foot, and it's gonna eliminate all these slivers. I'm just gonna cut these 90. They don't have to be tapered down. Like I said, there's gonna be a board on top of here that's gonna come down to ground level, and that'll take care of that. So I'll go ahead and get these cut up. And I always say this, and I'm always wrong, but after I get these cut, we'll be able to start putting this together. Do you believe me? I wouldn't either. Okay, I have this loosely laid out, and a couple of things I've learned. First off, leftover tacos are just as good as first night tacos. Second, my bench is a nightmare. It's dirty, it's filthy, it got crap. I got no room. One of these days, I got to clean up. Probably not going to happen. Most important thing I figured out. Okay, this is 5.5. My height is 6.5 that I need to reach, which is okay because my deck boards are actually 1 inch. Oh, who'd have thunk it? So when I get a deck board up here, it's going to be 6.5. Now, the other thing I noticed is this angle is just a smidge lower all the way across. So I need to cut this board at the same angle as what that is. I've gone ahead and set my junky angle thingy finder, whatever it's called. I don't know. And we're going to line that up to that. I'm going to cut that at an angle, and in that way, when that last board comes up, it's going to be a nice, it's not going to come up and wobble, okay? We don't want no stinking wobble. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this angle. It's not much of an angle. It's maybe, I don't know, take a guess, 5, 6 degrees, I don't know. So I'll cut that, and then it's just a matter of zip, zip, zip. I want these 16-inch on center, and then we'll start screwing this thing together so that I can take it back apart. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to screw it together so we can take it back apart. It's a proven fact that if you squint, it's always right. Okay, got that cut. It's a nice match. It's going to work out really well. Got big orange out. We're going to, because we want it to be square. Just because, you know, it needs to be square. Okay, I have screws. Ah, they're over here somewhere. I'm using 2.5-inch deck mate improved thread design. It's a coated deck screw, is what it is. It's like trying to open a CD or a DVD. Okay. Yep, gonna need one of them there fancy headed things here. Hey, looky there. Perfection. Pert. Oh, pert near. Okay. Change this bad man jam out. Been using the old Ryobi for a couple of projects now. My only complaint so far is the Craftsman that I had a place that on each side you could stick a bit in there. My Phillips bit is the only thing I ever use unless I'm using deck screws, and then I need a Torx bit. So I'd like to be able to take the Phillips bit out and put it in the thing so I don't lose it, because I lose things. Okay, you do the same thing down here. Put all 4 pieces in, spinner, start laying deck on it. I'm not going to put all of the decking on. I want the first board down there of decking, because that's the one that's going to hit the ground. I want that one to be as easily transitioned as possible. So I'll get these all stuck together and we'll go to the next step. Okay, this is not quite a nightmare, but it's getting there. Here's what I'm learning about pressure treated lumber. You can't count on it to do anything you want it to do in regards of square and straight. So we're struggling through that. I added some blocking up in there just to keep my 16 centers at 16. And it's as square as I can make it. Because it's, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Okay, my first board is not quite going to actually meet, no, I guess it will. The thing I need to keep in mind is I have to have enough meat to get a screw in. And right now I am looking at about 3/4 of material. So I think what I want to do is put a little bit of an angle on this, just to give it that much more slopedness. Listen, it's my show. I'll make up the words. So I don't know. Maybe I'll set the blade at a 45 and just go ahead and, you know, give that a quick cut. And we'll go from there. I got to tell you, I used to build accessibility ramps where I used to live with a great group of guys. And it was so much easier because all I had to do was just walk up and start screwing it together. Everyone else, there was one man that did all the thinking, had everything all planned out. All I had to do was screw pieces together. This is much more difficult. So I'm going to 45 this. Then we're going to line it. We're going to measure from back there to here to make sure that it is straight to the ramp. And then everything else will just fall into line. That is the plan. See how it goes. The screws I got were 1 5/8. Maybe. I can tell you. 1 5/8. What I want to do is go through this board and into this board and not into the concrete, because that'd be cool. I'm going to run 1 screw in it and then square it up. Oh, just let that move anywhere. All right, let's take a measurement. 24. No, that's dyslexic. 42. Take the glasses off. Get an accurate measurement. 3/8. 42 and 3/8. 42 and 3/8. 42 and 3/8. Okay. Now, the only reason I'm doing this is because when I start putting this together on site, well, you know, I don't want to have to cut a long board. I'm not going to have a table saw with me. So I'm going to kind of map these out and see what I need for up at that end and see if I got to cut one or not. I don't know what my spacing in between is, but I'm guessing it's going to be that. All right, and that's what we're going to do. We'll go from there. I'll see what I get whenever I get up there. Are you serious? I need a sliver. Oy, oy, oy. But it is, I mean, I need it. I can't get away from it. I got to have it. You know, what am I going to give them? Give them a ramp that's like 7/8 done and say, oh, sorry. Look at the way. Mercy me. I'd like to find a drunk guy that cut this stuff. Holy cow. And it wasn't me. A factory. What factory cuts like that? Ay, 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 and a bottle of rum. Beaver Pond Lumber Works. That's what it looks like. Who cut this thing? A beaver chewed in half. Yeah. Okay. You almost split anyway, you dirty dog. I'm stuck. Let me unstuck. Well, it's almost done. It's not almost done. I have to put a handrail on it, and that's going to be done on site. I got to, apparently, I'm going to have to take that half-hour drive to the old, you know what? I'm going to check down my local Ace down here and see if they have this stuff. I can just get one there, and then I don't have to drive all the way up to Kingdom Come. So I'll do that tomorrow. And I think, well, it doesn't matter to you. It's just going to be in a couple of seconds. For me, it's, I think, Sunday. We're taking this out and putting it in place. And, you know, I'm going to do some measuring in the back of the RAV4. If I can get this thing in one piece, I am not taking it back apart. Why? Why? I think I can. I think I can slip it up, put it up on end, put the wife up on the roof rack, strap her down with a ratchet strap. I think we're good to go. So I'll see you in a couple days. I'll take you out to where we're putting it. Hopefully it's not raining. And then we'll get the whole rundown from there. So just hang in there. You know, don't get excited. We'll be there in a couple seconds. Okay, so the ramp for the most part is done. I have one more piece of decking I have to put on it. I have to start thinking about the railing because it's only 6.5 inches, but it still needs a railing. You still have to have something to hang on to. I spoke with the, well, I had through persons, heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. One of those deals, REO Speedwagon. Come on, folks, you got to know this. Anyway, hello, get off me. Come on, we're going down. Let's go. Come on. Ooh, ah! Sent them out the door. Anyway, hazards of having the door open. What was I talking about? Oh, the person that's going to use this. I sent a sample of a handhold part of the railing. And what they like is basically the width of a 2x4, but squared. So this particular one was 2.5. So I've gone ahead and cut it 2.5 by 2.5. I have a 1/2 inch round over bit in my router, which is the biggest round over bit that I have. The bigger the bits get, the more scared I get of them. Call me crazy. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to round over all 4 corners, make this as comfortable as I can, so they have something to hang on to. So I'll go ahead and get that done now. Interesting turn of events. I'm literally watching my router bit drop as I'm running this through. So something is not staying tight. And I'm guessing it's this goober right here. The old trusty Leatherman out. Oof, that's tight. Even that's not as high as what it was before. Oh, the bit's loose. I had this happen once before. It scared me silly. Drop my O-ring down a little bit. Oop, come on. Out there. Okay, I got that bit locked down tighter than Fort Knox. Again, those people that say, oh, just snug it up. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree with you. She's tight. So let's see what happens. Maybe it'll stay in place. I unplugged it. Safety first, people. Oh, you pig. Okay, so my railing, my hand railing, my railing, whatever you want to call it, is essentially going to be two 2x4s upright. They need to be at, I think it was 34 inches at the handrail. And it needs to be interchangeable, meaning that it needs to come from this side to that side. So whatever holes I drill in this, I need to drill the exact holes in the other side. And I don't want it to be flat. You know, I want it to carry the same slope of the ramp. So not horrible. It's not tragic. It's not difficult to do. I just have to measure both of these separately. And then, of course, there's going to be cross beams to hold everything in place securely, hopefully. No, it'll be fine. It's a short distance. It's not really, and I'm going to bolt these in with 3/8 bolts. So that ain't going to go nowhere. So that's the next task. I'll go ahead and get started. That's going to whack me right in the skull. I'll go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to put this one down so don't try to kill me. You know, I was on the other side. I sure would be able to see. Oh, that hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. I got a bloody lip out of that. That'll be cool. Oh yeah, we're bleeding. Great. How am I going to explain that in church tomorrow? Wife slugged me. That's what I'm going to tell people. I think it's how I got whacked in the face before. Okay. 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 Get out. You got a whole wide world out there. Why you got to fly around me? That could work, actually. If I got enough screw. That, my friends, is going to be, oh, we're going to need at least 3 inches. 3.5 or 3.25 would be even better. I got 2.5. See what I got left back here. Something missing. Yeah, we're gonna have to go take care of that. Local Ace Hardware giving out free flags today because it's Memorial Day weekend. I took my flag holder down off the porch, so this is gonna have to do for now. But folks, Labor Day weekend, take a second, just give thanks for the men and women that made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in the freest country in the world. It just takes a second. Put down the hamburger, put down the hot dog, just say thanks. Sure, that worked. It made it. Didn't fall off. Good enough. My mechanics teacher would be mortified. Please use the right tool for the job. My hand is not it.
You weren't here. Karen, she turned around in the living room, knocked this in half. We fixed it. Good. We're gonna put it back in.
Want to walk it that way? Hey, you take the difficult side.
The one you can't grab a hold of.
That's right. This isn't going to be no better for me.
All right, I'll lift it up.
Well, there it is, in place, and they love it. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you on the next one.